All right, guys, they go all over there. Yep, right back there. Yep.
Over here?
Great.
Looking
With
good.
that?
I know.
Well, today we are out at Choice Designs, and they are our interior design company. They're out here on Carroll Road, so on the northwest side of Fort Wayne. They do all of the staging for our model homes. We actually use them for all of our flooring, and then they do remodeling as well.
Now, today's show is going to be all about flooring, and it's very, very important to talk about flooring, one of the most popular topics by far. And doctors are recommending that we spend more time on our feet because we spend 18 years of our lives sedentary. So it's important to get up and moving, and when we're up and moving, we better be talking about what is under our feet. So that's what today's show is going to be about by far. Now, guys, it's really important. We have so many rugs that are selling because of hard surface flooring is popular. We really need a couple of those down. Can you guys get those?
Can you get it?
We've got a lot of people out there waiting. That wouldn't be
I'll help.
one.
No, wait. Are you going to need help? Luke?
I've got it.
Back
I've
there
got it.
too.
Wait, I've been working out, dude. I got it.
Sharon, look here, right here. You can get it yourself.
Totally fine.
You got to take it to the client.
I got it.
Okay, you sure this heavy?
Yep, I got
Are
it.
you really sure?
I promise.
Fine. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well,
Okay,
we'll
come back to
get
that.
him a
We'll
little
talk
bit.
about rugs,
Yeah.
okay?
Now, Kayla, there's no denying that rugs are very popular right now, but I couldn't help but notice when we were here moving these rugs, there's so many different shapes, styles, materials.
There he is.
I guess I don't know much about rugs.
There are a lot of different things when it comes to rugs, and I would have to say that the most popular style of rug right now is probably the Persian style, which is really cool.
Well, and Persian probably could be, that's the earliest found rugs were about 5,000 BC, probably in that area.
Wow.
Absolutely. So we're talking Persian rugs, and then after that, Oriental rugs are very popular. There's Berber rugs. What I really like are the faux fur rugs. Those are nice and soft and really cool. So all sorts of different types. It really just depends on your style and where you're looking to go for it.
Elizabeth, you and I spend a lot of our days designing homes, and most of the homes that we do have about 80% of them now are hard surface or plank flooring, only about 20% carpet. So that's why area rugs have gotten so important. And we're not just talking great rooms. Where are we seeing these rugs getting put in these people's homes?
Well, we have them in dens, obviously your nook. The great room's probably the biggest. Even in lower levels now, people are doing away with carpet, and there's a lot of rugs down there. One question we get is, can I mix rugs up? You definitely can have different patterns. You want them to complement each other so that it flows well. The other important thing about your rug is the size. You want to size it appropriately with the room. Typically, the rule of thumb is you have about 18 inches around the perimeter. Depends on your room, and you want to make sure you ground all of your furniture on that rug too. So that's one common mistake. You have the rug, and then your couch is on the outside of the rug, which is a big no-no. And then, of course, this is an investment. It's an important piece in your home, so you're going to spend low end, depending on the size, maybe $400, but it could be a few thousand for a rug.
Wow. So Kayla, do you think that helps a little bit with soundproofing since we have so many of the wood planks?
Absolutely. That's definitely something, almost a requirement in a lot of homes, is that you have a little bit of a soft area just to absorb some of that sound because it is all over. And our wide open floor plans don't really leave a whole lot of room to break up that sound in areas, so it helps for sure.
Okay guys, I think the camera crew's ready for us to start our first segment, but I thought this was pretty interesting because rugs are still a very, very important part of flooring today, and we're going to talk a lot about floorscaping, aren't we?
We still need more down, guys.
You know what? That rug didn't.
I swear I can get
That rug didn't look like soft coming down on your head.
Yeah.
Welcome to Between the Studs. We are Granite Ridge Builders, custom builders serving northern Indiana, northwest Ohio, and also parts of southern Michigan. We have been building custom homes for almost 2 decades, and we're really passionate about what we do. So join us today as we explore the processes, the trends, and also tips that characterize today's new home. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back. I am so excited about this show today. We're going to be talking a lot about flooring and floorscaping. And so many things have changed in the last couple of years with flooring and what's underfoot. So I thought what we'd do is talk a little bit about that. What are you guys seeing, Kayla, as far as a decorator appointment? Does it still dominate your decorator appointment?
Absolutely. Flooring is by far the #1 topic to talk about because it is one of the most important features of the home. It's probably something that when we take for granted a little bit how important it is and how we use it every single day. So it's something where the showroom has the most amount of samples for flooring because there are so many different options. And we probably spend the most amount of time talking about it because it is that important. When you need it to perform, it needs to perform perfectly. And when it doesn't, it can really affect your life.
Okay, so I think what we'll do today is let's talk a lot about the trends. What are you all seeing in trends in flooring today?
I know when I'm walking through the finished homes, and probably the category that's gone through the biggest transformation is that wood-looking floor.
Oh.
And the original would have been real wood planks, which would have started around 400 AD, but it was not very standardized in size, so you had just random pieces and parts that you put together to try to make a floor. But by the time we got to about the 1940s and through the 60s, we really started seeing a great product that was very uniform, able to be used, reused. But then since about the 1990s, we've seen a slight decline in it into some other types of plank products.
You know, I think I know part of that decline. You told me that we have transition strips a lot of times with that we don't with the smaller products because it's a couple inches high. Is that still true?
Yeah, the real wood is definitely several inches thick. It's a lot harder to install, and it's just expensive to do a real wood floor. And a lot of people are really going for waterproof floor right now, and that is not a feature when you're talking real wood floor.
Especially a kitchen.
Absolutely.
And Kayla, is it still true with, especially as more and more families seem to have pets in the house, that real wood product can tend to scratch a little more, not quite as durable as some of the plank products that are out there today?
That's for sure. So we've been able to take the real wood product that everybody loves the look and feel of and turn it into something a lot more useful and practical for everyday life.
And out here at Choice Designs or at Granite Ridge Builders, you can see literally 100 feet of different plank examples. Like you mentioned, we have the wood, we have the porcelain, and we have the resilient vinyl look. A lot of options. It really depends too on your budget. How much are you going to do in the house? With people doing 80% of this, the luxury vinyl plank is probably the most popular. And then the other thing is color. So we were doing a lot of the darker floors, but things are moving to the light floors. So it doesn't show the paw prints, the dust, the dirt. This is a great example. And another thing to think about with the flooring, the plank look, for example, this plank, you don't really have much of a appearance of a grout line. If you're going to do the porcelain tile, you'll have more of a grout line. They're all really, really good looks.
Okay, I know you're going to get into it, but I'm still confused. I hear this word, resilient plank. I've heard this luxury resilient plank and then vinyl. And I know it comes in all, could you explain the difference, at least for me?
Absolutely. So what the most popular floor is right now, industry is going to call it luxury vinyl plank or luxury vinyl tiles. So what that is, it's a wood-looking floor, and it can be on a lot of different constructions. So you're going to take a picture of wood and you're going to put it on some sort of waterproof vinyl structure. Now that could be, there's rigid core, there's all sorts of different kinds, and then usually there's going to be a back on the very bottom of it that could be a cork back for soundproofing or just some sort of layer in between. Now also that could be luxury vinyl planks are anywhere from really thin and you glue it down to something a little bit thicker that's a tongue and groove construction. So there's a wide variety, and I mean really all sorts of patterns, colors, textures. It really is almost unlimited.
And Kayla, I want to confuse it even more.
Okay.
I think I like laminate products because these are going to be super trendy, right, in 2021, laminate products?
I don't know if they're going to be trendy
No?
in 2021. So laminate had been popular partly over the last 10 years or so. But the big drawback there is it still is technically a wood product underneath that layer that's a picture of wood. Because it's still wood, it's not waterproof, and everyone is really going for that waterproof look right now. So we don't see near as many laminates anymore. I think it could make a comeback in a couple years. I do, because the industry has realized that they're not selling it unless they make it waterproof. And so that is what the new trend is going to be with laminate, is all waterproof laminates.
Okay, now I know you're going to explain this a little more in detail on some of these. I know you're not going to get back to the laminate one, so
Yeah.
I have to understand this. You said that that's a veneer, Luke. Is that true? Just
Yeah.
a veneer.
If you turn it on its side, you'll see kind of pressed wood, and it's kind of like, I mean, for lack of better terms, it's kind of like a bunch of sawdust that's been glued together and it's been pressurized, but then that very top layer is just a veneer. And it's literally printed, so they scan real wood and then they try to mimic that look onto the laminates. Now, the laminates have come a long way in the past 20 years. It's harder to discern whether or not you're walking on real wood or laminates.
I still can't tell.
Right, yeah. But back 20 years ago, it kind of looked a little bit more plasticky. Now it's gotten really good and it's very tricky.
Well, and technology's really helped that.
Yep.
Because of HD cameras,
Yep.
the imaging
sure.
quality getting better, that's when we really saw a big increase in laminate flooring.
Right.
And the benefit to laminate is that it's a very durable product. So the most popular one we've talked about, the luxury vinyl plank, the downside is that it is vinyl, it is soft. The laminate is more durable from a scratching standpoint, and so that's why everyone did like it, but the waterproof feature was a drawback. So once that comes on and that technology is there to make those waterproof, I think it's going to make a huge comeback.
I think part of the issue with that waterproofing is as we've gone to open concept design, it's harder to transition flooring, so you do need something that can be waterproof flowing into laundry rooms and kitchens a lot more often.
Because the biggest trend, I think, is seeing the wood looking in a bathroom even, so we need that to be able to be durable throughout the whole house.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now we talked a lot about waterproof. You know, the true and tried tested waterproof is ceramic tile.
Absolutely.
Now, ceramic tile has been around since 5000 BC. Glass tile came around in about the 2500 BC.
Wait, not that long ago.
Yeah,
That's-
and really where they were putting it was palaces and monasteries, because they would do a very large mosaic type pattern and they could tell stories from it. And so that's where it really kind of started getting popular. But, you know, obviously it found its way into homes, and ceramic tile is still one, and there's a little bit of a budget thing to be considered there, but the stone look is still very popular, and like Kayla said, there are ceramic tiles out there that mimic wood. Now the downside is going to, well, the plus side is it's waterproof. The downside is it's going to feel cold as opposed to real wood or a laminate where it's going to feel much warmer.
Absolutely, and now that's where the trend of heated tile floor comes in too. A lot of people really like that heated floor, and we even have the question a lot with the vinyl planks, the laminates, can I heat that? Because we have a lot of slab homes right now that it's just a little bit colder, so heated floor is another trend you're going to see.
Top 3 places for heated floors, where would you guess? First one is bathroom.
Bathroom.
Now,
yeah.
we saw one, they are actually doing it in their shower.
In the shower
I
seat?
have no idea why that makes sense, but they are. Number 3, we're doing it right where your kitchen sink might be, and not the whole area,
Right.
but just that area where you stand. I thought that was a clever idea.
If you don't want to go that far with it either, you can just remember that cork underbelly is a bit of a thermal break as well. That can be used a little bit on a better budget.
For sure. I like that.
The other consideration is sound. Some of these flooring options, there's more sound. For example, the laminate floor, when you walk on this, there's a lot more sound. You can even hear it with my hands. And when you go to the luxury vinyl, it's a little bit quieter. And like we mentioned before, of course, we have the rugs to help break up that sound.
Oh, no. You guys forgot the most important.
I was going to say, Tony,
Oh, no, here we go.
Tony, you've been
Here we
quiet
go.
for a long time here.
They laugh at me here a lot because we are doing so much more. Whole houses now are either vinyl planks or vinyl or any of the hard surfaces. Now, I like soft surfaces, and most people know. So, obviously, carpet is still in. And it might not be in the places that Kayla always says, but I do agree that in bedrooms, you still have carpet sometimes, not always. Closets, of course, and then also many times living rooms. But I did see this one, and I'm not sure, can you tell me what this is? This is a carpeting, of course, very thin, very durable.
Yes, so that's great. It's a carpet tile, and that is great for lower levels when you might be having to replace different parts of your flooring. That's a great option for workout rooms and things like that. So carpet tiles are very popular in the right space. Honestly, even garages. A lot of people will put them in garages in their workshop area just so that it's not slippery, things like that. So carpet tiles has use, and yes, carpet is still always going to be around. Might not be as much of it as what it used to be, but we really have a lot of different trends, and we'll talk about that later too, of what styles are popular when it comes to carpet.
And I know even this one has a lot of herringbone patterns, just different patterns. They almost even mimic, now watch this, they mimic some of the wood patterns.
It's true.
Which is shocking.
Absolutely true. That's
So,
how we have it.
and garage floors, I know we're not going to get into that maybe today as much, but garage floors, they are putting, besides the epoxy, you're putting, I've seen some plank garage floors, which is interesting. So all the materials, I think, are changing a lot. Yeah.
And Tony, I know you're a historical buff. Back in 1960 in Mongolia, they discovered the first piece of carpet that was 464 BC was the origination. I would have never guessed carpet dated back that far.
Oh,
Wow.
how would they have done that?
They had wovens. It was amazing back in Egypt.
That's really cool.
Okay, I think we've got your interest. Now what we're going to do, let's break off and let's get into a little bit more detail about some of the ones that are popular today on our trends. How's that? All right, let's go.
I need a refill.
Now, Kayla, we're talking about tile, and I hear two terms, I guess you could say, that are used interchangeably, and they're ceramic tile and porcelain tile. So let's unpack that just for a second.
Okay, so ceramic tile, you're going to be able to tell what that is because it's going to have a red back to it, or a red body is what it's called. So when you see there, you can see the difference that this is a ceramic. Now a ceramic is going to be kiln dried, it's going to be thrown into a fire to be manufactured. Now it's a little bit more of a brittle product because they don't have quite as much control with that. But it's still a very good product. You can put it anywhere. It just might be a little bit more brittle than what a porcelain would be.
Right.
Now, to be able to tell the difference with a porcelain, you're going to see it's typically a white body. So it's usually a little bit thicker, and a porcelain is going to be baked. So they have a little bit more control about where and how thick it is and how that's manufactured. So a lot of times we try to use porcelain where possible, but ceramic is a great product as well.
Yeah. Now, one thing that we can see pretty quickly just with the display here is with the ceramic and porcelain tile world, it seems like the options are endless.
Almost. And really, when it comes to it, it depends on the pattern, the picture representation on top. Then you even have whether you're going to have almost like a hand hewn, the texture of it. You can even have polished where it's super shiny. Now there's a lot of different places where you can put one versus the other. You don't want something that's glossy on the floor. It's going to be slippery. So a lot of times they say this is for wall application only. Or if it has a little bit of texture to it, then they're going to say you can put that on a shower floor or a bathroom floor. You can still put it on the walls as well. There's a lot of applications and a lot of different textures and patterns to consider when you're looking at the tiles.
Yeah, and one of the things that I really like about it is it's not just the texture and the pattern you see here, but the way we lay it too can have a drastic difference on how that room feels.
Absolutely. So how the tile is laid can definitely make a big difference. And there's several different types. We can do a brick lay, a straight lay, herringbone, all sorts of different ones. And you can even get multiple in the same area. Now what's going to make a difference with that lay is going to be the grout. The grout color, if you're doing a blending or contrasting, and even the type of grout, whether you're going to do a typical sand grout, something that is non-porous, or all the way up to an epoxy, which all have different price levels and different reasons for where you put those.
Okay, we're running out of time, Kayla, so give me the top 3 pattern trends in tile today.
I would definitely say your wood looks very popular right now. I would say the deco style, so you have like the artistic patterns, something really crazy, like some of these are super cool in that farmhouse style. And honestly, that very traditional farmhouse, the white subway tile is still going to be a trend for this year. So that's what I'm thinking you're going to see in 2021.
So here we are, luxury vinyl plank is a huge product, something that's really on trend right now. So we're going to find out a little bit more about it today. Why is it such a popular product right now?
Absolutely. So you might call it a luxury vinyl plank or a resilient plank. The big thing that a lot of people are drawn to this product is because it is waterproof. It is pet-proof, waterproof, all sorts of different applications. You can put it in so many different places, and that's really why it's a huge trend. And it's very durable. There's great patterns and colors, and so it really is a very universal floor.
Yeah, there's differences, all types of different things you can do with this product, whether it be the width of the plank, the length of the plank, is there different textures even?
Absolutely. So there's some that are a little bit more shiny. There's some that are made to look hand-hewn like the real old wood used to look. There's some that have a beveled edge to it, and a bevel is going to really help sort of identify and individualize each plank. So there are all sorts of different ways that you can find that right style and pattern for you.
And what's going to drive the pricing difference too?
So there's going to be several things that drive a price difference because there are all sorts of different quality levels to the luxury vinyl planks. One of those things is going to be the thickness. So the thickness of the floor is a really big difference. You can go anywhere from maybe a 4.5 millimeters thick all the way up to maybe even a 12 millimeter thick. So lots of differences there in the thickness. People might need to know, what is a luxury vinyl plank? It is a vinyl floor. It is a vinyl product on top with some sort of core. That core could be a rigid core. It could be almost like PVC product. So it's going to be a very durable core. And then typically a lot of them have a underneath more of like a cork back or some sort of foam back, something that helps with the sound absorption and the softness of the floor. Now I love this. So you can see those layers that I just talked about here in this display. So several different layers to this product. What I love about this is a very big difference in price and quality level, if you're getting a good quality luxury vinyl plank, is the wear layer. The wear layer is that very top layer, and that's the protection against that vinyl. You can go all the way from a 6, and if you take a look at this, it's so thick I can barely bend it. That's a 30 mil wear layer. So that wear layer is a very important piece to take a look at when you're selecting a luxury vinyl plank.
And don't forget, one of the craziest things I've ever seen walking into one of our models was the first time I ever saw that we had this kind of product as an accent wall in a master suite.
Yes, it's not just for the floor, it could be for bathrooms and walls. So come take a look at Granite Ridge. We have all the samples, all the displays. You'll want to see what we have to offer for your new home.
So Kayla, in this segment, we're going to talk about a product that might be very new to all the people watching at home, and we're going to talk about a 2 millimeter thick vinyl plank product.
Yes, so this is a great starter economical way to get hard surface flooring throughout most of your home. There's a couple differences between this and other luxury vinyls that you've seen, which we'll talk about here.
So in this application, you talk about price. This has replaced what we used to do with sheet vinyl that just rolled out in strips. This is a much more upgraded product, mainly because of the thickness.
Absolutely. So this is 2 millimeters thick. So it's gonna, what we see here is the backer board for the display, but that first layer there is what's gonna be glued down. So this is an all over glued down, installed in individual planks. What I love about that is it does give the realistic impression of a wood or laminate, something because it's all individual. Some of them even come beveled to create a little bit more of a 3D effect too.
Yeah, one of the biggest bonuses of planks right now is making sure it's authentic, that it has that wood look and feel. So we're going to put these down in planks. How is this going to hold up for water?
It's waterproof, which is a great feature. Again, the most popular feature we can ever talk about right now is a waterproof floor, because we're putting this in so many areas. You're putting it in the kitchens and laundry rooms and bathrooms. We used to do where they would have a wood floor in the kitchens, nook areas, but then people would want to switch in the laundry rooms to a tile or the bathrooms because of waterproof, but you don't have to do that, and everyone just loves the natural cozy feel of the wood look trend, and you can put it throughout your house now and not worry.
And when we install this, Kayla, this is a little different than some of the other products we're going to talk about today that you're going to hear, maybe tongue and groove, click lock, floating products. How does this product get installed?
This is going to get installed with a glue or an adhesive. So this is an all over glue down. They're going to do it in different sections. And so that's something, it's very durable that way, and just a different way to apply it. Again, kind of like the sheet vinyl where they'd have to glue that, but then it's just individual planks. So it's a really great product. We put this in tons of our homes. It holds up really, really well.
As opposed to that sheet vinyl, heaven forbid, maybe it gets gouged or damaged.
Yes.
At that point, you're looking at patching a piece of vinyl, which is always going to kind of stand out. Here, if we damage a plank, what are our options?
You can just replace that individual one. So for maintenance and care and the longevity of it, I mean, this has a 10 to 25-year warranty depending on the series that you go with. So you're going to be able to have this for a good long time.
And lastly on this product, Kay, a lot of the homes that I'm designing, budget is a really big concern. So as opposed to paying maybe $6 or $7 or some different pricing for other products, really, really affordable, right? This gets people the ability to start with a nice hard surface product. What if we wanted to do something over the top of this later? Is that an option?
Absolutely. So depending on what you're looking at in the future, this is something that is a great first buy, and then you can always upgrade it in the future.
And again, guys, just one of these amazing flooring products that you're going to get to choose from today. We got to go talk about a few more.
Yes, we do. I mean, there's so many different things with flooring. We
What are
have
doing
this,
back
and
this bar?
gosh, how cool is that with the wood? I mean, everyone's
like
talking
that.
wood.
Well, we've given a lot of attention to hard surface flooring today, but we cannot forget carpet because it is still really important when it comes to bedrooms, and a lot of people still do like it in their great room.
Absolutely. Now, there's a lot of different types of carpet, and it's changing a little bit of what people do because it is in limited areas now. So one of the popular trends that you see with the carpet is probably the friezes. Now, the friezes are going to be a little bit longer, not quite as dense, and so it's going to just kind of flow a little bit more, and a lot of the friezes tend to be flecked, so multicolored. So those are really great for bedrooms, areas, but so some people who have stairs might be thinking of something a little bit more durable. A lot of people used to like the Berber carpets, but it's come a long way and it's sculpted or patterned now. What a Berber or what these sculpted ones are, it's a cut and loop. So what they do is they cut part of it, and that's kind of where the plush ones come into play, but then there's loops. If you see here, there's some that are still, they're still looped over, and so this is called a cut and loop or a sculpted carpet. Really very durable, kind of the new Berber.
Yeah, and you know, I really think this is a good compromise. A lot of people are on the fence whether they want a hard surface in their great room or a carpet. And this is kind of in between because it's almost like a rug or a pretty decorative rug. So this is a great solution for that.
Yes.
With all of the hard surface in the home, sometimes we run into the problem where they have a stairs and they do need a carpet on the stairs. There's hard surface everywhere. So there's some pretty things you can do, more of a runner look. This is a great idea as well to accent.
Absolutely. You know, again, the more durable, the better, and you have a lot of options for that. Now, the one that's up here, this is a great option as well. It's more of a plush, so it's going to be a little bit tighter. So when you're looking at carpet, you're going to want to look at the density. You're going to want to look at the style and really the feel. A lot of the carpets now are mostly made out of polyester, but they used to be made out of wool and all sorts of nylons. There's a lot of different types, and that will have to do with whether it's stain resistant or not. And most all of our carpets definitely have a great long warranty on the stain, typically anywhere from 10 to 25 years on that. So that's going to be a very important feature.
Well, carpets come a long way. I remember my grandparents had a carpet that you had to use a rake. So it's ever changing. And at Granite Ridge Builders, we have a lot of options when it comes to your carpeting. So when you're building with us, the sky is the limit.
Come and take a look at our trends.
Caleb, we have had a busy show today. We've covered lots of flooring topics, and I know we have to close, but this is a great one for people at home. These two patterns are very close. What are the differences? What do you call these?
They are. So this one is called a chevron pattern, and the chevron, you're going to meet and kind of create a diamond here at the corners, and then this one, it's a herringbone, and they overlap all the way throughout the pattern.
Gotcha.
And what would you call this pattern?
That one is going to be pebbles. I love the pebble floor. They're great for shower floors, even shower wall accents, even some backsplashes in the kitchen is a great place to put those pebbles.
Okay.
Okay, I've got some questions for Elizabeth. So where would you use this? I love it. It's pretty. It's got some glass tiles, I think. Where would you use this?
Yeah, you'll see this in a backsplash, or even better, in your shower. It's a nice accent piece.
Oh, sure.
Now, Elizabeth, I mentioned mosaics in the beginning of the show. Would this be considered a mosaic?
This definitely would, and I love the mixture in here. You've got some marbles, some glass tiles.
So a mosaic is basically just a small tile.
Yes.
Now, in the old days, what they did, they put that together one at a time.
Right.
Now I see they come in these great
Mats,
big long mats and sheets that are already pre-glued.
A lot easier.
I got one of the prettiest ones I think I've seen in a long time. What is this, and where would you put it?
Sure, that's more of a geometric. You could use this in a lot of places. I think even on a fireplace, that would be a beautiful surround. And the mixture of metals is really in right now.
For sure.
Now, Elizabeth, I've seen this one before, but I never knew what the actual name was. What would you call this style?
This is called Baroque, and if you go out to our model homes, you'll see this in several homes in the kitchen on the backsplash.
Yeah, this area over here is ubiquitous with different styles I have never seen before, but I think I found the best one, guys. I've never seen this before, and Kayla, you're going to tell me it's impossible, but Luke and I just found one, and here's what it is. It is a leathered tile.
I honestly can't believe it. When you showed me, it's pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see that on some applications. Like Elizabeth said, a fireplace would be very cool to see something like that on.
Oh, that's where.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, that is the most unique one I think we've seen, but there's so many more. Time's getting away from us. Would you go ahead and close for us, KR?
Absolutely. As always, guys, we want to thank you for spending part of your day with us. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about who we are, what we do, and why we do what we do so well, please just pick up the phone, give us a call, visit the website below. Even better yet, guys, come into any of our beautiful model homes or Choice Design showrooms. We'd love to talk to you about flooring and how to incorporate it into your new Granite Ridge home.
We made a mess today.
I was gonna say,
All right, so those
when I
go.
dropped it, I thought that was Baroque too.
Wow, we got to clean this up.
Elizabeth, I'm sure glad that you told me that this was Baroque because I was about to throw that in the ground to make it Baroque.
Izzy, that was bad. You need to stick with magic.
And then here, the edges, they connect.
Wait a second. Izzy, we need you to move over. We're all sitting there going,
Poke in the back.